Welcome my people to a new video by Alexis Hidalgo Tech. It is still cold, gentlemen. It is 7 degrees, but I am not that bundled up today. But it is cold, gentlemen. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about an experience, like they say on Snapchat. They did not tell me Snapchat. It was like they said story time. Well, about something that happened to me that made me reflect. When I bought this vehicle, I wanted to have I requested a quote. At the same time I bought this, I requested a quote for an electric vehicle, this same model but electric. This same model but electric cost around 12,000 euros more. It was 12,000 euros more expensive to buy the electric vehicle. And since they are promoting electric vehicles a lot here, I was thinking, like, are we really ready for that? Well, it turns out that I got in and drove an electric vehicle for the first time here last Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Last Thursday. I got into an electric vehicle for the first time. I was able to drive it and everything. And it was a Peugeot 2008 from the year 2014. In 2024, Peugeot 2008 in the series of the year 2014. 2024, I already have 2014 stuck in my head. And what happened with this vehicle is that it was a coworker who just arrived. She told me, look, I'm not from here. She lives outside the city. She had to work in the city this week. And she told me she's looking for a place to charge her vehicle. Okay, so the first thing is that her vehicle, a vehicle with a range of 356 kilometers. Here the range is measured in kilometers, not miles. And I looked up this vehicle on the internet and everything. And it said it had a range of 350 something kilometers. Well, then we started looking into how the charging service works. How the charging service works in the city center. Well, in theory, with one of the many apps there is one called Alice with an app. You could, in a certain way, recharge anywhere because most are compatible, including the Tesla charger that has its app. But the app offered by the city is also compatible with the Tesla charger. The Tesla charger is not available everywhere. It's the fastest charger and it's the most expensive one. So the first thing is finding a charger, the first problem. As I told you, the city is full of chargers, but that doesn't mean all the chargers work. Yeah, that doesn't mean that people respect that the parking spots for electric vehicles remain free, if not occupied by an electric vehicle. The first thing we did was take her vehicle, and we arrived at the charging station. At the charging station, there were 22 electrical outlets to charge the vehicle. The application compatible with that charging station, you would enter the application, you would tell it you wanted to charge, and it would say, while you were in front of the charging station, unfortunately the charging station has not been found. Well, it turns out this charging station apparently wasn't working. I told her, let's go to another charging station to see if the application recognizes it. We indeed arrived at another charging station, and the app immediately recognized the charging station well. We arrived at that new charging station. There was a parking space that was occupied by vehicles that were not electric, and we parked it next to him. That exerted some kind of pressure. The guy with the non-electric vehicle just left. The guy with the vehicle that was not electric left. So when he left, we parked and we are going to charge. Well, to charge it, the first thing we do is that we check the app, register our credit card. Our credit card was registered, our account created and everything, and we press charge. When we press the charge, the little door opens, allowing us to take out the cable with which we'll charge the vehicle. Turns out there was no cable. Why? Because not all electric charging outlets for electric vehicles come with their cable. That means you have to carry your own cable, and if you don't bring it, you're in trouble. Then next problem. We opened the charging station and we began to have to grab the vehicle, and we realized that in the app, the vehicle, it is not charging. It was charging, the vehicle was charging. It had the LED blinking that it was charging on the car's dashboard. It was also showing that it was charging, and apparently from the vehicle's behavior, the vehicle was charging. Although the app didn't say anything, the vehicle was charging well. The next problem was that when we calculated the time it would take to charge from 100 kilometers, which was the vehicle's range at that moment, to 356 or 357 kilometers, it was going to take approximately 5.5 hours to charge. In other words, we were at a 22 kilowatt charger. Tesla's fast charger supposedly fills the vehicle in about an hour and a half, something like that. And this was going to take 5.5 hours. Another problem. Why? Because she got off work at 5, and to fully charge the car, it was going to take until around 7:30 at night. But, well, it was enough for her to charge, for example, 4 hours or 3.5 hours. With that, it was enough for her to get home. Well, the case is that, unfortunately, the vehicle has an error. The vehicle had an error, and my co-worker's charging cable got stuck. It got stuck, and when she went to pick up the vehicle, she couldn't unlock it. They tried to remotely unlock it, but couldn't. We tried to unlock it with a credit card, but couldn't. Through the app, it gave an error, and we couldn't. She had to leave almost at 9 at night. Because her cable got stuck, she practically had to leave it behind. And they sent it the next day by postal mail. Then, coming from a city that promotes electric vehicles so much, I realized that we are still not ready for that. And thank God I didn't buy an electric vehicle. And for the moment, if it's not hybrid, or if it's not an electric vehicle with which you can cover short distances that you can always charge at home, it's better not to have one. A little story time, my people. What a disaster. Oh my God. And to top it off, they charged her for parking and also for the charging time, which means they charged her that day about 59 euros, which is an absurd amount. I spent 59 euros on gas for an entire month in this vehicle. So, my people, until next time.